Hi guys, welcome back. So today we will be dealing about plant kingdom gymnosperms. I am sure pretty much of you are really terrified about this topic. It is one of the most confusing and also most heartbreaking topic of the whole plant kingdom. Plant kingdom, I think so many of you are really worried about memorizing the examples, etc. and etc. Today we will be dealing in very easiest way possible. Okay, let's jump into the NCRT lines and fix the problem of gymnosperms. Okay. Now, gymnosperms, the word gymno in the sense naked, without any covering. We can see with our own eyes without using any microscope. That is meaning of gymno. Sperms in the sense seeds. The gymnosperms, gymno, naked sperms, seeds are plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary wall. ఈ లైన్ మీనింగ్ ఏమంటే ఓవ్యూల్స్ అనేవి ఓవరీ వాల్ అనేది ప్రెసెంట్ అయ్యి ఉండదు, యాబ్సెంట్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఎక్కడైతే ఓవ్యూల్ వాల్ యాబ్సెంట్ అయ్యి ఉంటుందో ద ఓవ్యూల్స్ అనేవి మనకు కనపడతాయి. దే విల్ బి నేక్డ్. అంటే మన సీడ్స్కి ఒక యాపిల్ మనం వెన్ ఇమాజిన్ అయిన యాపిల్ ఇన్ యూర్ మైండ్, యాపిల్ లోపల సీడ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ సీడ్ మొత్తాన్ని మనం ఓవరీ అనేది అంటే ద ఫ్రూట్ విచ్ వి ఈట్ ఈస్ ఓవరీ, రైట్? ఆ ఓవరీ అనేది కవర్ చేసింది కాబట్టి వీ విల్ బి నాట్ సీయింగ్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ద సీడ్స్. అండ్ దిస్ యాపిల్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ యాంజియోస్పర్మ్స్. కానీ జిమ్నోస్పర్మ్స్లో మనం డైరెక్ట్గా సీడ్స్ అనేవి మనకి కనపడతాయి అనమాట. దే విల్ బి నాట్ ఎన్క్లోజ్డ్ బై ది ఓవరీ వాల్ అండ్ రిమైన్ ఎక్స్పోజ్డ్, మనకు కనపడతాయి. బోత్ బిఫోర్ అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఫర్టిలైజేషన్. ఆఫ్టర్ ఫర్టిలైజేషన్, బిఫోర్ ఫర్టిలైజేషన్ అంటే ఫ్యూజన్ ఆఫ్ మెయిల్ అండ్ ఫీమేల్ గ్యామెట్కి ముందు అయిన తర్వాత రెండిట్లో మనకు ఈ ఏవైతే మనకు ఎగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, దే విల్ బి విజిబుల్ అనమాట. The sperms that develop after the post fertilization, it means post ante tarvata, fertilization tarvata, are not covered and are naked. Gymnosperms include medium sized trees, tall trees and shrubs anamata. Ante gymnosperms lo, I hope this paper is visible for you. Gymnosperms manaku, in the gymnosperms we will be seeing tall trees and we will be also seeing shrubs, and we will be also seeing medium sized plants or trees. But what are going to absent are herbs are going to be absent in the gymnosperms, which you need to remember. Next, one of the gymnosperms, the giant redwood tree, sequoian is the tallest tree species of the gymnosperms, and this is the one of the giant redwood. Now the question may arise, what is the wood present in sequoian? It is red in color, so it is redwood, and this is the tallest species anamata. Ante ee unna gymnosperms lo what is the tallest ani question adugute, that will be sequoian. It is an example which you need to remember properly. So manam examples kuda easiest way lo ela gurtu pettukovalani further ga chuddaamu. Next, the roots are generally taproot. In the gymnosperms manaku, we have to remember this, what the point is. In the gymnosperms the roots are tap roots ante manaku telisinde. If this is the soil and this is the main root, the main root will not be split into the small roots. This is the main root, and from these small root hairs will arise, but the main root remains till the death of the plant. So that is the tap root system, which you can see this appears just like this. This is a tap root. And now when we see about roots in some genera have ఫంగల్ అసోసియేషన్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం రూట్స్లో కూడా ట్యాప్ రూట్ కాకుండా దానికి కొన్ని మాడిఫికేషన్స్ అనేవి కనపడతాయి అనమాట. ఇన్ రూట్స్ ఇన్ సమ్ జెనరా హ్యావ్ ఫంగల్ అసోసియేషన్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ మైకోరైజా. సో ఇప్పుడు మామూలుగా ఇన్ జనరల్ మనకు జిమ్నోస్పర్మ్స్లో వాట్ ఆర్ జనరల్ రూట్స్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఇన్ జిమ్నోస్పర్మ్స్ అని క్వశ్చన్ అడిగితే వీ కెన్ సే దే ఆర్ ట్యాప్ రూట్స్. బట్ దీంట్లో ఈ ట్యాప్ రూట్స్లో కూడా కొన్ని మాడిఫికేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయంట ఆ రూట్స్లో కూడా. సో వెన్ వీ సీ ఇన్ ద పైనస్ స్పీషీస్, పైనస్ అనేది ఒక టైప్ ఆఫ్ ట్రీ, అది జిమ్నోస్పర్మ్స్ కిందికి వస్తుంది. సో ఇన్ ద పైనస్ స్పీషీస్ ద రూట్స్ ఆర్ మోడిఫైడ్ అనమాట. ట్యాప్ రూట్స్ ఆర్ మోడిఫైడ్ అండ్ దే హ్యావ్ ఫంగల్ అసోసియేషన్ ఉందన్నమాట. This association of fungal association is known as mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza ante when fungi gets associated with the roots of higher plants, they form mycorrhizae anamata, and this is seen in the species of plants known as pinus lo manam mycorrhiza chudochu. It is a fungal association. Remember these points. These are very important. And while ఇన్ సమ్ జెనరా సైకస్. సో ఫస్ట్ మనం పైనస్లో చూసాము, పైనస్లో ఫంగల్ అసోసియేషన్ ఉంటుంది, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇస్ మైకోరైజా. అండ్ వెన్ వి సీ ఇన్ సైకస్ స్మాల్ స్పెషలైజ్డ్ రూట్స్ అనమాట. ఇక్కడ ట్యాప్ రూట్స్ మెయిన్ ట్యాప్ రూట్స్ గెట్ స్పెషలైజ్డ్. సో ఈ ట్యాప్ రూట్స్ మనం వెన్ వి సీ ఇన్ సైకస్ ద ట్యాప్ రూట్స్ గెట్ స్పెషలైజ్డ్ ఇంటూ coralide roots. Coralide, in the word coralide it seems in the sense coral is present, right? Word coralide lone manam corals ani చూడొచ్చు. So in the coralide roots, these coralide roots manam when we see externally they will be present in the form of corals anamata. Appearance wise lo they will be looking just as a coral. So that is why the name is coralide roots are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Now here cyanobacteria we have studied in the chapter biological classification. Tell me in the comment section what are those cyanobacteria. I hope many of you would have been known by now. So those are nostoc and anabina. These are the two cyanobacteria which are forming the specialized roots of coralide roots in the cycas. They help in nitrogen fixation. The example is cycas. The specialized roots are coralide roots. But in the case of when we see in the case of this spinous, these are a fungal association, mycorrhizae. We are talking about gymnosperms. Okay, now we have completely talking about roots, right, and their modifications. Now when we see the stem is again of two types. When we see in very brief wise, these are see, you can see the stems are unbranched and branched. So stems are unbranched and branched. Very easy trick to remember the branched stem is by PC, which you are studying right now. By PC, for B it is branched, P is spinous, C is in the textbook it is given cedrus, right? It is very easy trick to remember branched. And when it comes to unbranched example, we can see it is cycas, which is given in the NCERT. Okay, now the stems are either unbranched cycas or branched pinus or cedrus. Now this is about the stem. We have completed roots, we have completed stem. Now let's get into the leaves. So when we talk about leaves, here in NCERT they have given the leaves may be simple or compound. So there are two types of leaves. They may be simple or compound. Leaves are present in the gymnosperms. Those are you can see in cycas pinnated leaves. Cycas is example of compound leaves which you have to remember. C for cycas, C for compound. Okay. So in the word cycas, C is there, and this in the compound also C is there. It is a hint to remember. In the compound leaves, example is cycas. We will see pinnated leaves persist for very long years. So cycas plant is living very long due to the presence of the leaves, which will be remained which can survive for very long years. They can persist for few years. So they are in the cycas. We will find the pinnated leaves. So pinnated leaves are having very pointed edges. So leaves ki sharp endings unte, they are known as pinnated leaves, which can survive for few years. It means very long years. These leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted. The leaves anamata, when we see about leaves in gymnosperms, they are very much adapted. Ante they are modified in such a way so that they can withstand the extreme temperature, humidity and wind. So what are modifications are done to survive in three conditions: extreme temperature, extreme humidity and extreme wind. This is also very important thing to remember. Modifications are done to survive for extreme temperature, extreme humidity and extreme wind. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. The leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extreme temperature, humidity and wind. Fine. Next, when we see about coniferns are nothing but these are examples of pinus. Pinus is an example of conifers. You can even write in your NCERT. Conifer in the coniferns, or example for conifers you can take it pinus. So these pinus, they generally grow in colder regions. ekkadaithe challaga untundo, the temperature chaala takku untundo, this species plant species of pinus, they are categorized into the conifers. They grow very well in that areas anamata. And these are having some modifications anamata in this conifers. Those are needle like leaves. So leaves అనేవి needle like sharp ending తో ఉంటాయి, and they reduce the surface area ఎక్కువ ఉంటే we have to remember this. If the surface area is more, then transpiration is more. Surface area, if it is more, then transpiration is also more. It is directly proportional to transpiration. Now what is meant by transpiration? Loss of water through the openings of stomata. It is known as transpiration, which you are learning from the very young age. Okay. Now if the surface area is more, the transpiration rate is also more. So that is why these needle-like leaves are developed to reduce the surface area. Thick cuticle. Cuticle, in the sense, it is a waxy coating present on the surface of the leaf which is exposed to the atmosphere. So this cuticle reduces the rate of transpiration, water loss, and also sunken stomata. If this is a leaf, if you take an example, if this is a leaf, the stomata are present in downward side and also under the pits. So like this, if you take this this as a leaf surface, this stomata will be sunken inside the down. If this is a leaf, in this down, this is a leaf, this is the downward side, right? Here the stomata is also present in depth. It is not on just the surface, it is inside the surface, it is present in the pits. So sunken stomata is also present in the coniforms, which are pinus examples. So needle-like leaves to reduce surface area, thick cuticle, and sunken stomata to reduce the loss of water. Fine. Are you clear up to now? Very important para which you need to remember about the gymnosperms. And the next coming para, I am revealing it for you. It is really tough to remember, I know, but we will make it very easy. Okay. Now when we talk about this para, so yeah, the gymnosperms are heterospores. Heterospores. So the spores are majorly two types, homospores and heterospores. Homospores, in the sense, both microspores and megaspores similar, but in heterospores those are different. So when we talk about the heterospores, so in the heterospores, these are majorly classified into two types, which are microspores. Hetero, in the sense, hetero ane word lone hetero ante differ. Okay, hetero in the sense differ, spores in the sense seeds. So the microspores are megaspores. మనం చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి చదివింటాము మైక్రో ఆర్ మెగా. మైక్రో అంటే దీస్ ఆర్ స్మాల్. మైక్రో స్మాల్గా ఉండేవి ఆల్వేస్ దే ఆర్ మేల్స్. ఓకే, large mega are female spores. Okay, now I hope you got a easy idea on this. The gymnosperms are heterospores. They produce haploid in a sense. Microspore and megaspore are haploid in condition, and two kinds of spores are produced within the sporangia. So these two are produced where? Inside the or within the sporangia. They are produced within the sporangia. So now I want to give you a very easy way to understand this is, let me take a piece of paper. I hope you will give me the time. Okay, now if you consider this is a coniforms, right? These are the structures, these are the sexual structures which I'm going to talk about. So just make a space in your brain. Imagine that this is the cone, this is the inner foldings of the leaves. The leaves will be like this, right? So this is the main plant, the leaves will be like this. But in the especially in the gymnosperms, these leaves will be coming in contact, they will be closely arranged in the spiral forms. In the spirally they will be coming close and they will be forming a cone like structure, which you can see. It will be just like this. It is a cone like structure. Okay, up to now just remember this. Okay, this is a cone like structure. So this is a cone, right? Okay, now first of all we are gonna talk about cones. So these are two cones. One is heterospores, right? Rendu cones untai, okati male cone, inkoti female cone. That is what we have written here. One is microspore, another one is megaspore. Microspore gives male cone, megaspore gives female cone. Okay, understood up to right now? Very good. Now ee rendu ekkada produce aitayi? Inside the sporangia, right? So now that is what I want to say, that these both cones, they are first present on microphyll. The word is microphyll. In the sense, this is microsporophyll, this is megasporophyll. Okay, this is microsporophyll, this is megasporophyll. Got it? Once again, this is microsporophyll, male gamete. So this is microsporophyll, this is megasporophyll. This whole entire outward thing is this is microsporophyll, this is megasporophyll. Fine, understood? Now on the microsporophyll or microsporophyll, we will be seeing some structures just like this. Okay, this is a very rough diagram. Don't say that your drawing is very bad. These structures are microsporangia. These structures are known as microsporangium. this is microsporophyll. This outward structure is microsporophyll, and this tiny structures inside the microsporophyll are microsporangia. Okay, first you keep this female part aside, just we will talk about the male part first. This is microsporophyll, this is microsporangia. Got it? Now let's go into the NCERT lines. The gymnosperms are heterospores. They produce haploid microspores and megaspores. Two kind of spores are produced within the sporangia. So they obviously are produced within the sporangia, right? Inside the sporangia only, or microsporangia or male sporangia, whatever it may be, inside the sporangia only the gametes will be produced, right? Okay, now the spores especially these are produced within the sporangia. They are born on the sporophyll. So we are talking about sporophyll only, right? This is the microsporophyll, right? Microsporophyll, they are born on what in NCERT they are giving, these are born on sporophyll. This is microsporophyll. On microsporophyll itself we are seeing the microsporangia, right? In microsporangia itself, the male gametes are produced. In the sense, don't get confused. In the NCERT, they are given it in very confusing manner. We have to divide it and read. Okay. Now, ఈ పెద్దగా ఫస్ట్ అవుట్వర్డ్ స్ట్రక్చర్ని మనము మైక్రోస్పోరోఫిల్ ఆర్ స్పోరోఫిల్ అంటాం. ఓకే, ఎన్సిఆర్టీలో దే హ్యావ్ గివెన్ the two kinds of spores are produced with sporangia, within sporangia. Sporangia లోపలే స్పోర్స్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, స్పోరాంజియా కదా, మైక్రోస్పోరాంజియా కదా, మైక్రోస్పోరాంజియాలో మెయిల్ గ్యామెట్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. అంటే స్పోరాంజియా లోపలే కదా గ్యామెట్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అయ్యేది. ఫైన్, ఆర్ బోర్న్ ఆన్ స్పోరోఫిల్. సో మైక్రోస్పోరాంజియా ఎక్కడుంది? స్పోరోఫిల్ పైనే కదా, రైట్? గాట్ ఇట్? ఓకే. నౌ ఆర్ అరేంజ్డ్ స్పైరల్లీ along the axis to form lax or compact strobili or cones. Now this line is very very important, guys. These leaves are just like this, right? When they're compactly arranged they form cones, right? These cones, synonyms of cones are given in the NCERT. Cones are also known as strobili, or also known as lax, or also known as flower. Okay, okay, got it? Cones are also known as strobili, or also known as lax, or also known as flower. Okay, okay, very important. Now, the strobili bearing microsporophyll. The strobili bearing microsporophyll. That is what we were talking till now. The strobili, the cone which is bearing microsporangia or microsporophyll, right? The cone which is bearing microsporophyll and microsporangia, right? Are microsporangiates or male strobili. ఏ దాంట్లో అయితే మైక్రోస్పోరోఫిల్ అండ్ మైక్రోస్పోరాంజియా ఉంటుందో దాన్ని మెయిల్ కోన్ అని అంటాం. ఓకే, got it? The microspores develop into male gametophytic generation. Now here this line is somewhat confusing. The microspores develop, ఈ మైక్రోస్పోరాంజియా లోపల ఉండే స్పోర్స్ ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో, మెయిల్ స్పోర్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, those are known as microspores. These spores develop into male gametophyte. These spores develop into male gametophyte generation, which is highly reduced and is confined to only limited number of cells. So this in this gymnosperms ఈ gametophyte ఉంటుంది కదా, this stage is highly reduced అన్నమాట because of the dominance of sporophytic stage. This male gametophyte is highly reduced with limited number of cells, and the reduced gametophyte is known as pollen grain. Very important. The reduced pollen gametophyte stage, we will be terming this as pollen grain, which is haploid in condition. Okay, gametophyte obviously it is a haploid, and this pollen grain is also a haploid. Okay, the development of pollen grain takes place within the sporangia, microsporangia. In this structures, in this microsporangia, only pollen grains will be produced, and the development is also inside the microsporangia. Okay, now this sporangia, where we are, takes place within the microsporangia. The cones bearing megasporangia or ovules are megasporangia, are called as megasporangiate or female strobili. So in the case of megasporophyll, the spores, the cones which bears the megasporangia. So megasporangia అంటే ఫీమేల్ కోన్లో ఏవైతే ఫీమేల్ స్పోర్స్ ని బేర్ చేస్తాయో, those are known as female cones or female strobili. That is what given, female strobili or female spores, cones. These are also known as macrosporangiate. Okay, these are also known as macrosporangiate. The male and female cones or strobili may be born on the same. It means monoecious, bisexual, example pinus, and they may be different. It means dioecious or unisexual, example cycas. Male cones and megasporangiophils are born on the different trees. Okay, now this learning up to this is not sufficient for your preparation. The questions which are asking from this topic are not just confined to this para. It is not like another topics. This is a vast topic anamata. Just ee NCERT chadute ee topic ki saripodu. we have to look over the concept in depth. Understanding just the NCERT lines is not enough. Okay, now when we talk about gymnosperms, this heterospores, now I'm going to show you a paper. So now let's look into the paper in depth. Okay, now these cones, heterospores, right? Heterospores ante two types of spores ఉంటాయి. ఒకటి microspore ante male spores, megaspores and female spores కదా. Two spores ఉంటాయి, they are produced on different sporangia inside the within the sporangia కదా, on the sporophyll కదా. So now let's talk it in very organized manner. Female cones are 2n in condition, right? 2n in the sense diploid conditions. So female cones are produced from male cones are 2n in condition. Male cones are produced from microsporophyll. Microsporophyll is the structure which you are seeing here, which I have explained till now. So actually it will be present in this form. So how many microsporophylls are present? They may be from 800 to 1000, and from in this on the microsporangia are present. These are dispersed on the microsporophyll, and in the microsporangia, inside the microsporangia, we will be finding microspore mother cell. Microspore mother cell is present within the microsporangia. Inside the microspore mother cell is not single. న్యూమరస్ ఆర్ దేర్, మెనీ ఆర్ దేర్, చాలా ఉంటాయి అనమాట మైక్రోస్పోర్ మదర్ సెల్స్. ఈ మైక్రోస్పోర్ మదర్ సెల్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే రిడక్షన్ డివిజన్ అంటే మియోసిస్ జరుగుతుందో, ఈచ్ మైక్రోస్పోర్ మదర్ సెల్ డెవలప్స్ ఇంటూ 4 microspores, and up to here the ploidy is 2n, diploid in condition 2n, and this is also 2n. So these are all diploid in condition. After reduction division, microspores develop which are n in condition. They germinate to give male gametophyte. So this microspore which is n in condition, after reduction division, these germinate and give male gametophyte. They are 4 to 6 in number, and they produce 2 male gametes. Okay, now these two male gametes enters into the female gamete through pollen tube, etc. We will be seeing few in the further NCERT lines. Now I want to revise it once again. Male cone is 2n in condition, right? Male cone is developed from microsporophylls. This is the microsporophyll, and in each microsporophyll, normally microsporophylls are 800 to 1000 in number, and on microsporophylls, microsporangia are present on the microsporophyll, and inside the microsporangia, microspore mother cells are developed through reduction division, and from each microspore mother cell gives rise to 4 microspores, and these are n in condition, and these microspores germinate and give male gametophyte. And these are 4 to 6 cells, generally highly reduced in cells numbers, and they give 2 male gametes. Okay, now I hope you are very thorough with the male cone. Now let's talk about female cone. Female cone is known as megaspora. When we talk about female, we will be talking about mega, and when we are talking about male, we will be talking about micro. Okay, now when we talk about female cone, we are talking about megasporophyll. So this is the structure of the female cone, which you can see here. It is appearing just like this. Now this megasporophyll is bearing this kind of structures. These are known as megasporangium or ovules. Megasporangium is also known as ovules, and these megasporangium produces megaspore mother cell. So from the female, to develop a female cone, we require, inside the female cone, we will be seeing megasporophyll. This whole structure is known as megasporophyll, and inside, on the surface of the megasporophyll, we will be finding megasporangia structures, ovules, and these ovules, inside the ovules, megaspore mother cells are present, and they undergo reduction division. They also produce 4 cells, in which 3 degenerate and 1 remains, and that this is known as we will get the ovule, and for that we will be having integument, and these are 2 to 8 in number. Archegonia are 2 to 8 in number, and this outer layer is known as integument, and this inner layer, this all space is present here, it is known as nucellus, and here this is the female gametophyte. The structure of this is female gametophyte, and these are archegonia, and these are 2 to 8 in number. Okay, this is known as archegonial region, and here the pollen tube will arise. Here the male gamete falls from here, mouth of archegonia. They develop a pollen tube, and the pollen reaches to the archegonia, and fertilization happens, and and next further development takes place. Okay, after the fertilization and fusion of gametes. Now I hope this is understood for you, and you got the concept clear. Okay, now When we talk about NCRT line where we are here, the male cones or strobili are maybe born on the same plant of Pinus. If the male and female cones which we have talked earlier, if they are placed on the same, if their male cone and female cone are present on the same tree, these are unisexual, in the sense dioecious. Example, Pinus. Now if we see them in different, if we can differentiate male plant on female plant, the example is Cycas, and it is dioecious, in the sense these are unisexual. However, in Cycas, male cones and the male cones and megasporophylls are. Now here megasporophyll and main cone, megasporophyll is nothing but female cone. Okay, you need to make this line clear. Male cones and female cones are born on the different trees. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from the cells. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cell of nucellus. That is what we have learned till now. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from the nucellus. The nucellus is protected by envelope. So this nucellus is protected by the envelopes and constitute the structure of an ovule. So this is the structure of an ovule, right? The nucellus is having some protective layers, and the ovules are born on the megasporophyll. We have learned that till now. These are megasporangia are nothing but ovules. These are ovules and these are born on the megasporophyll. Okay, this is the structure of megasporophyll. These are developed on a megasporophyll, in which will be clustered to form female cones. Obviously this is the structure of a female cone, right? Now the megaspore mother cell divides mitotically to form 4 megaspores. Obviously after reduction division we get 4 daughters, right? Daughter cells. So these 4 megaspores, one of the megaspore enclosed within the megasporangium. So inside one megasporangium only one megaspore is being developed, and remaining 3 will be what? Degenerated. Developed into the multicellular female gametophyte. Only one will be developed into multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia. 2 or more in the sense the number is from 2 to 8. Okay, archegonia, and that may even change, but from 2 to many. Okay, from 2 to more archegonia are female sex organs. The multicellular female gamete is also retained within the megasporangium. The multicellular female gametophyte, this whatever is there, no, the female gametophyte, it is also retained within the megasporangium. So this is megasporangium, right? In this only female gametophyte will be enclosed. So these, in both the male and female, the gametophyte is enclosed within the what? Sporangium. Okay, now let's get into the next para. Unlike bryophytes and pteridophytes, in gymnosperms, the male and female gametophytes do not have an independent free existence. Yes, it is right. We have learnt just now that the gametophytes are enclosed within the sporangium, right? They are not freely independent living existence. So, unlike in bryophytes and pteridophytes, which we have seen, the gymnosperms, the male gamete and the female gamete do not have an independent free living existence. They remain within the sporangia. Male microsporangia or megasporangia. Inside the sporangia only these gametophytes will be developed. Retained on the sporophytes. And on the sporophytes only these are present. The pollen grain is released from microsporangium. Now, where is microsporangium? Here is the microsporangium. In here, microsporangium development takes place and pollen grain will be produced. And these pollen grain, these are carried in air current and come in contact with opening of ovules. The ovules will be having this opening. Okay, this is a structure of an ovule, and here we are seeing a opening, right? This is from here only the pollen grain falls on this opening and develops a pollen grain and reaches the egg ganmata. Now, these ovules born on the megasporophyll, the pollen grains carry the male gametophyte grow towards the archegonia. This pollen tube which is there carrying the male gametes. This carries 2 male gametes grow towards the archegonia in the ovules and discharge their content near the mouth of archegonia, and following fertilization, fusion of zygote develops into embryo and ovules inside. Ovules are developed into the seeds, and these seeds are not covered, so seeds are naked. I hope this is understood for you. Now when we see about the diagrams which are present in NCRT, A is Cycas. Cycas is just like this. Cycas grows in warmer areas. When we see about Pinus grows in colder regions. And here this is an important example of gymnosperms which we are talking. This is ginkgong. and it is really a special, this is also known as a living fossil plant. So why it is called as a living fossil plant means the modifications are very less over centuries, so that is why it is known as living fossil ginkgo. So this is the trick to remember the gymnosperms. Good students, please come to class. Good. G for ginkgo, S for sequoia, please P for pinus, C for cedrus, and C again class cycas. Ginkgo, sequoia, pinus, cedrus, and cycas. This is a trick to remember the examples of gymnosperms. I hope this video is helpful and you got all the information, and I hope this topic is thorough for you. For once you go into the NCERT lines again, and if you don't understand, watch the video once again so that you'll be perfect with the topic. I hope this is very confusing, but read, understand the topic well, and revise it again and again. This topic will be easiest if you revise, and who have memory, good memory, this topic is very easy to remember. And that's about today. I hope this video is interesting and understandable. Hope you I'll continue it in the next video for the angiosperms. Bye bye, see you next video.